multiplayer lead designer of Battlefield 3. Come all the way from DICE in Sweden, so yes, slightly jet lag, but we're fighting with our demons here to stay alive. It's great to be here. Thank you all for coming here. It's I just realized that it's 9 years since I was in Australia last time for the 1942 ship, so it's apparently I need to ship games to get here more often. Great to be here. Let's get started. First off, I'd like to extend a big thank you to the team back home while we are out on the road enjoying ourselves. They are working hard at home to make sure that we get a really rock-solid launch, since we want Battlefield 3 to be a great success when it ships in about 2 weeks by the end of October. So I've been making Battlefield games for quite some time now. I was part of the very first prototype, which is over 12 and a half years ago. But that makes me even more proud to stand here today to talk about Battlefield 3, since I honestly feel that this will be the biggest and best Battlefield game that we made ever. And it all started with us looking at the current situation, consoles getting older, and we need to keep on pushing the boundaries. So we created a dedicated team at DICE that started to build this engine, to be able to push the technical boundaries even further for the gamers. And this engine is called Frostbite 2. We like to say that it allows us to build the next generation technology on the current generation of platforms. And what we mean there is that as platforms are getting older, we need to build even more room for ourselves to be creative, innovative, and really push everything out of these machines. And that's what this little baby is doing. When we built this engine, we really wanted to define kind of what are the areas that we really should push for. And we came up with 5 different elements or core areas that we are pushing: audio, and scale. The last 6 months has been an interesting journey. We've had a lot of media coverage, and if there's one thing that we constantly heard back, then it's the fact that this game actually looks quite amazing. And I'm extremely proud of what the team have managed to pull off. So I would say already here on rendering, it seems like we are looking best in class, if not at least close to it. And we've gotten this feedback all through all of our events and showings. I'm really grateful for the feedback and really proud of the team that managed to do this. Second off is animation. At DICE we try to be really hard to ourselves and constantly push for new improvements. There are no holy cows that we aren't willing to sacrifice. And when we had done Bad Company 2, we looked at kind of were the areas that stuck out as less good, need of improvement, and then definitely animation was one of them. We looked around in the industry to see if there were animation systems out there that could fit our game to give us the best in class. And luckily, we found it within EA Sports, and the system they use for their sports titles. So we talked to them, and that's the beauty of being part of EA. We have the honor of now being implementing it for some time. So now we have the EA Sports animation system in the title, a first-person shooter that is about to ship. So for the first time, really. Next off is destruction, tactical destruction. It's become the hallmark or trademark of the Battlefield franchise through the last couple of years. And here as well, we want to keep on pushing the boundaries. To be honest, it is fun to destroy. Look at kids in the sandbox, it starts already there. And this time around, we allow you not only to bring down buildings on the countryside, but also go downtown into tight urban environments to do everything from, shooting away covers where people are hiding to bringing down the whole facade on the hiding sniper. So it really changes how you play the game. And this is something that no other shooter have out there on the market. So out of the first-person shooter. So we're extremely proud of it, and I love it personally. Next up is sound. Many times you realize that, or at least we at DICE, get the feeling that sound design in some games seems to be overlooked. To me and to the studio, it is and makes up for probably half of the immersive experience. Just think of it when you do a racing game or a shooter and you don't have the sound on. And it is such a lesser experience. That's why we keep on pushing the boundaries. With Bad Company 2, we were fortunate, or it was the hard work from the team, that we got highly awarded for the soundscape, to the point where we got BAFTA. But they don't rest with that, they keep on pushing the boundaries, so you can bet that this game will be the best sounding game in the industry. Last but not least, scale. This is probably the most known feature of Battlefield through the years. These wide landscapes where you see, you know, the all-out war experience, which we talk about when we mention anything from tanks, jets, helicopters, boats, you name it. And of course we have it this time around as well, and the Frostbite 2 engine makes it look better than ever, I would say. But also, on the other end of the scale is the tight urban environments that we're really happy to bring in now. So I think there's going to be something for everyone to enjoy this game. Those 5 elements, all supported by the Frostbite 2 engine, helps us push Battlefield 3 to be best in class. And I know, I mean, for quite some time now we've been talking about this engine. It's kind of, don't you get enough of talking about engines? But it is really the tool we use on a daily basis to build this game. And it is such a great engine that it gives us so many advantages. So that's why I keep on moaning about it. And I mean, the mission is pretty clear. We want to create the most authentic, physical, all-out war experience shooter on the market this year. So we want you to feel the next generation warfare. So, the beautiful engine. But to be honest, you don't really play an engine, do you? You play a game. That's why we put in so much effort into this game, Battlefield 3. To give you great value of money, but also great experience. So Battlefield 3 will ship with 3 unique campaigns. First off, the single player experience, which you will get to try out here today. The co-op experience, which is something brand new for us. And the best-in-class multiplayer experience. And it is really the co-op experience that is new to us this time around. We unveiled it quite recently. And this time around, you will be able to play co-op together with a friend online in a totally unique campaign with missions stringed together and really utilizing that gameplay that Battlefield has become so known for. So jump together, crew up into a helicopter to start going after ground targets, or move in as a US Marine squad to extract a high-value target. Possibilities are endless, and it really adds another dimension to the Battlefield universe as we already know it. But in the end, Battlefield has always been, and at least I like to see it, by heart and soul multiplayer. That's where we start everything, that's where we fine-tune the weapons. And this time we keep on upping the ante. We want to do more, we want to do better. That's why we just recently, actually yesterday, closed down the open beta that's been ongoing for 2.5 weeks, where we allowed as many people as possible to get on our servers and try our backend, get the first glimpse of the game, of course. We're selfish, so we want to see that our servers, our backend, our data systems, everything holds up so that we will be able to ship with a very smooth launch come end of October. And it's been great feedback from the people, and just seeing how this social interaction of people on the battlefield is quite amazing. And that's what Battlefield always been about. So this time we want to bring that to the next level through something we call Battlelog. Battlelog allows us to extract in-game data make it accessible out of the game on anything from PC, consoles, but even your handheld, so that you in real time get a live feed of what's happening on the battlefield. And it's proven quite powerful. It's, you know, you're pushing that competitive vein. It is cool to see what's happening, and then one of the coolest things is that it's free. So That's about Battlelog. So over to Australia. Here in Australia, the customers will be able to get their hands on, of course, all the different SKUs, PlayStation 3, Xbox and PC. And if they pre-order, they will be able to get the limited Physical Warfare Pack edition, which comes with, of course, back to Carcant. It's the Physical Warfare Pack, which gives you extra weapons, attachments and even ammo. So it's quite a meaty pack that we're happy to hand out there. And of course they will be able to order it through origin.com or the local dealer. 2 weeks, more or less, until this game hit the shelves. What we hope to be the only all-out war experience out there on the market. And I can probably not hide that I'm extremely excited. There's gone a lot of effort, sweat and pain into this title, as always when you make a game, since you want it to be perfect. But I think we've come a long, long way. And so have we as well, ending up in Australia. So from the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of EA and DICE and me and Daniel, thank you so much for coming here today. I hope you will get a good sight into what we are thinking when we've been building this game. You get to try hands-on, ask all the questions you can, take the chance while we're here, and just enjoy yourselves. And then I hope to see you all on the battlefield on the 27th of October.